What's the skinny on protein? Well, from Gina Homolka, New York Times bestselling author and founder of the long-standing go-to healthy eating blog Skinny Taste, comes Skinny Taste High Protein. In this book, she creates super simple flavor-packed recipes with 100 high-protein meals for any time of day. Each recipe packs at least 30 grams of protein per serving. And these are delicious recipes like mango blueberry smoothies or sheet pan tahini salmon fish tacos and protein-boosted versions of classics like PB&J breakfast crepes. Skinny Taste High Protein will be your go-to resource for nutritious meals that pack a protein punch. Skinny Taste High Protein by Gina Homolka is available wherever books are sold. Well, I wait all year to say this, but fall is here. Kids are back in school. Vacations are over. And it's officially the start of cozy season. And for me, it's officially the start of touring season, which means it's time to slide on some Bombas. You know Bombas. You see me wearing Bombas on stage over my leggings. They are the most comfortable socks, slippers, tees, and underwear out there. They're made from premium materials that actually make sense for this time of year. You want to get cozy, but still be in something breathable, but have your feet feel held. Nothing feels better on an airplane than a pair of Bombas. Think merino wool that keeps you warm when it's chilly, but cool when it's hot. Supima cotton that's softer, stronger, and more breathable than regular cotton, and even rag wool. The thick, durable, classic cozy sock you're going to want all fall. Apple picking, drinking apple cider, even if it's kind of still hot outside and you're going pumpkin shopping in LA, still, we want the look. And it's not just socks. Bombas designed slippers that make it hard to leave the house, which is what you want, another reason to stay home. And with their happiness guarantee, if you're not 100% into what you've got, they will make it right. No risk, all reward. Head over to bombas.com/Iliza and use code Iliza for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Iliza. Code Iliza at checkout.
Lemonada.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, the answer. You ask me, I'll tell you anything.
I've become this person.
This person?
I don't believe in doing podcasts from bed. I don't know when every podcast became like women in bed.
You know who started it actually, I think?
In bed with
Joan Rivers. And then In Bed with Joan Rivers was a talk show, kind of, and on YouTube maybe.
Yeah.
And then Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman had an In Bed podcast.
So Megan is in my movie.
Can you say that?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. And she's great. I think that's good to know because when I think of In Bed, I think of just like girls who just like wanted to do a sex podcast, or like I think of like wealthy women in like Huntington Beach that wanted to have a podcast. And it's like, let's get people intimate because it is like disarming. I am in bed simply because the chair where I sit on the other side of the room, because I didn't want to go in the office, the outlet's not there. And so my computer was dead.
Yeah.
Because you hopped on last minute to do this.
Yeah.
I get that there's no makeup or lighting and we're not doing it with a camera, but folks, I don't know. I don't know. My husband just came in. He just got back from Italy last night and he was like, I know it's an ashtray, but I got you this little dish. You could put your stuff in it. And that's cute. Like, why not repurpose an ashtray? Little fish painted on it. Yeah. So Noah got back last night. It sounds very...
He seemed to have a lot of energy. He's not exhausted.
No, I think we both beat the jet lag somehow. He was like, I slept all the way to San Francisco. Then I slept only, like, you have to keep yourself awake on the way back. I had minimal jet lag. It is very jet setty to be like, I'm going to Eastern Europe on tour. My husband's meeting me halfway through. Then I leave Eastern Europe. He stays, goes on to Rome. It sounds cool, but it is tough. I don't expect a medal for this, although I kind of do. Yesterday was my first time parenting both of my children the last 48 hours by myself. And while, you know, every mom is snickering like, yeah, that's what it is. It's fucking hard. Buckle up. Milk tits. it's, I designed my life in a way that it's never just me. And so to come back with a cold, jet lagged, micro jet lagged, and it's like, okay, now you're in charge of both of them. Do you know which bottle he goes to bed with? I'm like, nope. And so we had cheese and crackers for dinner one night, and that was great. But I'm just here to validate every woman, every parent. It is actually impossible to parent 2 children. I don't know how women do it. I don't know how people do it with 3 kids. And your worst nightmare is bringing 2 kids of 2 different ages to a playground.
Because they don't play with each other, right?
Nope. He's too little to be on the big stuff. And so it's just you hoping your child doesn't get taken while other parents are like, I'm watching her. And you're like, where'd she go? Like, I don't know. It's just your absolute waking nightmare. Yeah. And even though they're great kids, I still at least 5 times yelled, are you fucking kidding me?
Sounds relaxing.
And it was great. And yet you love it. It's the most exquisitely painful experience. And they're great kids and they listen, and it's still very, very hard.
Can you tell yet if they're going to be like buddies when they're both a little older? Or they both kind of got their own thing going?
I don't know. I just don't want it to be bad. I want it to be like normal sibling stuff. I don't want it to be where like they don't speak, but you can't really control that. Sierra's MO in life is governing this child. He doesn't make a move without her, and she is on him. And he's a very, very big kid. He is the youngest kid in his class and the biggest.
Congrats.
Like men stop to be like, how old is that baby? I'm like, he's 19 months old. They're like, he's huge. He pushes her back and she does the soccer thing where she falls to the ground like, ow. And I'm like, don't start what you can't finish, Sierra. You pushed him because you thought he was a little baby. Now you're all doing soccer drama.
Yeah.
Giant baby. Anyways, it's great. And this is our first podcast in real time back. I'm here to tell you Europe was great. If you listened to the Patreon, which I didn't really get any comments on, the Patreon that was on Friday, which is fine. Less drama.
They're not big commenters. They just like to watch it.
That's okay. You're just lookers. I love it. It was great. Romania, I'm officially in love with you. But I had great shows everywhere. I'm not going to go through all the countries, but you were all amazing. And I'm so glad this was all inspired by those fans in Estonia, which was adorable. I learned so much about these countries, which prior to this could not have told you the difference between Bulgaria and Romania and would have laughed if you said there was one.
If you said there was those countries?
I mean, it's like if you didn't live there, I'd be like, tell me the difference between Nebraska and Kansas.
Yeah.
And it's like, there is. I mean, they're 2 very different countries with very different languages of very different origin. But as an American, you think, okay, former Soviet, Eastern Bloc, whatever. And I was glad for the education. And the only time I got really angry was when I went to a socialist museum in Bulgaria, which like had all this artwork from that socialist time period when there was like socialist rulers. So they had statues of Stalin and all of these other communist/socialist rulers of different countries that you've never heard of. And I posted a video about it, and I happened to post a propaganda poster, but it was in Hungarian, but it was in the Bulgarian museum. And people were like, that's Hungary. How come you can't tell the difference? I'm like, the colors are the same.
It's in this museum, and I'm at a museum.
You'll fucking pardon me that I'm not fluent in both languages is a piece of art. That's like being like, you went to the Louvre and you posted a Picasso. You weren't. It's in France. So whatever.
Whatever, haters.
And I was like, come to LA and pronounce La Cienega and Cahuenga properly the first time. Get off my back. Did my best.
You did.
I had a great time. Would go back to Eastern Europe in a heartbeat. Love the people, love the vibe, love the history. And 10 out of 10.
Anything to say for their coffee?
There's cute coffee everywhere. There's cool places doing cute things. Found a lot of cute coffee in Zagreb. Had something called Salep, which I think is like an Arabic drink, but it's like a frothy, cornstarchy, sweet milk with like pistachios. That was tasty. Coffee was great everywhere because millennials are cool everywhere, and we got coffee shops and we're doing it right. And they're all added to my coffee map, which we are trying to publish. Hopefully we'll publish today because today's National Coffee Day, which is on the Monday, but you're getting this on our Wednesday when our podcast comes out. And the shows were great. So thanks to everyone for coming out. And I was just thinking about Scott. Speaking of Scott,
Oh,
I directed Hunter's. So if you've seen me, you've seen Hunter, who opens for me, Hunter Hill, did his first hour special, and I directed it. And it was great, and I did a great job. And Hunter had a great show, and Scott came out and said hi, and that was really great to see hot Scotty in the
I
wild.
love Scott. He showed me a picture of you guys. I was really jealous.
Yeah, I was going to send it to you, and then I got sidetracked eating beef jerky, but I did post it to the Patreon.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's the only craft services snack I'll eat is beef jerky.
Oh.
You can't get into it. You can't start munching on those fun size Snickers. You gotta.
A beef jerky feels like I'm picking a protein. This is I'm not enjoying this. This is for my fuel.
This is for my fuel. I had 3 because otherwise you're like, okay, now I need to finish strong with something sweet. Okay, fun size M&Ms. Okay, I'll have a bag of chips. Okay, something salty. And then you're just bloated and gross. I never dip into it. The taping was great. It looked beautiful. Shout out to the Spotlight LA where I had my birthday last year. It's a really cool techno nightclub. And we have a lot of questions. I was looking at the Patreon. I saw a lot of questions because we haven't done a fresh episode. This one's fresh. We're catching it fresh, which is how Noah describes when Tianfu poops. He's like, what if I held my hand under her butt? You got to catch it fresh.
Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, let's answer questions.
Okay. I also just want to give a shout out to my postpartum 2-year and hair breakage. Like, it's like you have a baby and then nature's like, what would be the ugliest thing we could do to you? Well, we could give you a line right down your belly and we could make your hair sideshow bob out on the sides. Like that.
You could.
Doesn't that look normal?
You could make a little hat out of it. Protect your eyes.
Everything that is seen as unattractive in society is what happens to you once you have a baby. Like, why would it break there?
Well, except for your boobs get bigger and people like that.
Nope. Because after the baby.
Oh. Then yeah, it's all bad.
But they do feel lighter, and I am grateful for that. Still dense, just not as voluminous. Whatever. I'm still 10 out of 10, though.
Yeah.
Still 5 stars, even with his hair. 5 stars. Give myself 5 stars.
Out of how many?
You don't want to know. Out of the universe.
Okay, let's help.
All right. Well, I'm ready. Now that we know I'm perfect, I'm ready to weigh in on everyone else's life.
Yeah. Hi, Ask Iliza crew. Long time, first time here looking for some big sister dating advice / am I the butt? At least I think that's what Iliza renamed it in a recent app. No, but it's funny just that you were like, I guess I have to write this. Am I the butt?
Yeah.
I do like that. Regarding a recent experience I had with a guy I started talking to on Hinge. I, 21 female, am new to dating and just recently made a Hinge account. I matched with a few guys, one of which was a 28-year-old male. We started chatting and eventually made plans to meet up on a Saturday night. We started texting every day, and basically every other night he would ask me what my plans were. I had a few
Too much texting. Sorry.
Yeah. I had a few other dates scheduled that week. So I tried to keep it vague and just told him I had plans with someone as to not rub it in his face that I'm dating other people. He would usually ask follow-up questions that led to me having to admit it was a date. Cut to the Friday before our date, I get a text from him asking if we could meet up tonight instead because his friend asked him to go camping on Saturday night. I said, okay, and then I'll be fine with rescheduling for Sunday. And then I had plans with someone tonight.
Hold on. The Friday before means the next day you had your date.
The next day.
Right. So it's Friday and your date is Saturday. And that Friday for that night, he's like, can we go out that night? Because I have something I'd rather do tomorrow.
Yes.
Go on.
So
after he has like interrogated you about people you're dating.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she says, I'm fine with rescheduling for Sunday, but I have plans with someone tonight. He texted back asking me if I have a date every single night and if I was just mooching off of guys for free drinks.
Gross.
I assumed he was joking and wrote back something along the lines of, I'm just cute, I guess, LOL.
That's fine.
Yeah. He wrote back saying he felt we weren't on the same page and he was looking for something real, not to date around. I said I was looking for something real too, and he didn't respond. I thought that was the end of it.
Yeah, I'm looking for someone real, like someone that prioritizes me over going camping with a dude.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Last minute. Who's like, let's go camping tomorrow. What?
Single guys, but like, be like, no, I have a date.
That's how you get 127 hours.
That's right. That's how you lose an arm.
But Saturday morning at 5 a.m., I get a text from him saying, It just doesn't sit right with me that you're talking to so many people. I told him I'm only talking to 4 people total. And to that, he said he feels I'm window shopping and that if I was serious about getting to know
dating.
him, right?
Oh my God.
that I should
my
be
God.
monogamous with him from the jump.
What?
I told him I think it's
What?
weird that he expects me to be exclusive with him when
Why
we
are you
haven't
still
even
talking
met.
to this person? How
And
old is she? 27?
21. He's 28.
Oh no. Oh no.
And that was the last time we texted. My question, is it wrong to go on multiple dates in 1 week? And how many people is too many to be talking to at once? I'm trying not to let this guy get to me, but his comments have made me feel unsure of myself in the dating world. Thanks for your sage wisdom. Love you all. P.S. Yes, this guy was super good looking.
You don't know that, by the way. You don't even know if that was him.
He's using fake images.
Honestly, you're 21, so allow me to allay any of your fears about the way that you're operating. You are doing exactly what you should be doing. The only part that you shouldn't do is give this person any information. It is okay to be open and honest if someone's like, are you going on other dates? But it is he's prying a little too much. This guy is wildly insecure. He was looking to make you feel bad for enjoying being single and attractive. That is it. The idea.
Because clearly you're very good looking as well as this man. Because you
He
are
was
having no
intimidated.
problem getting a date every night of the week.
He was there to dim your light.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's none of his business who you're having sex with, what you're doing until you guys are engaged in some type of relationship you hadn't even met yet.
No.
So many red flags. This is the kind of guy that asks, how many men have you slept with the intention of making you feel bad about the number.
The fact that he was like, you know what, I don't think we're on the same page. And then at 5 a.m. was like, it doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't matter what sits right with you. We're not going out anymore. So thank you. Bye.
Also, to write back at 5 a.m. is such a move. Like, I'll just let her wait. I'll leave it on red. If you were a priority to him, like,
getting ready
none
for
of his
camping
actions add up to his words. And if this guy is that psychotic about being monogamous, he would have locked it in with you immediately.
Yeah.
He would have been like, I was asked to go camping, but I'd rather see you this weekend. This guy is giving you nothing but trouble. You are right. Even if this guy didn't cancel it and was like, I can't wait for our date on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing it. You are allowed to go out with whomever you want, as long as you want, until you guys have a conversation otherwise, or until it feels weird. That is such bullshit. Also, one of the rules about online dating that is unspoken, but veterans know, and I can't even say that I online dated for that much, but I know this, do not talk too much before the date, because you create a version of the person and they may or may not live up to it. Now, granted, you meet them and they're great and everything washes away, but you want to keep it conversation to a minimum. That way the date is where you get to know each other.
Yeah.
Whether you create a fantasy or ding the person for something. So you make a plan, great. If you want to check in, that's cute. But talking. This person's taking up time. You also don't need someone taking up a bunch of your emotional real estate before you've gotten to know them. Because you might go on that date and they sucked. And it's like, cool, I told them all about my parents' divorce over text.
And
we're missing the in-person element of a lot of relationships in 2025. So get offline, get in person, avoid people like that. This person, you don't have to be militant about it. This person deserved none of the answers, and it was out of bounds that he asked any of that. Of course you're talking to other people. It's that we met on a dating app. That's like meeting a stripper and being like, you're not stripping for other guys, are you?
Right. It's dumb.
You're 21. You don't know any better. This guy's 28. It's not my favorite age gap, but that's gross.
He thought he could tell you what to do.
That's right. Mm-hmm. He thought he could make you feel bad about doing exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. And what you should be doing. You created a Hinge account to meet people.
That's exactly right. How does Hinge work? What makes it Hingey?
I think it's the same as Tinder. I think it just has a reputation for being less hookup-y.
Right. Big Sister has spoken.
The amount of times I've gone out just wanting to dance and hear some great music from like the 90s, and instead I end up with like bad wedding music. Sometimes adults just want to go out and be around adults their own age and not be stuck in a line with a bunch of 22-year-olds and hear some good music. Well, this is your chance. The 90s bands you love that got you through braces, bad boyfriends, and questionable low-rise jeans are back with the 90s Cruise. Head to 90scruise.com for more info, but it's sailing January 25th through the 30th on board the Celebrity Constellation, departing from Tampa with stops in Nassau and Key West. It's an epic 90s lineup with concerts from some of the biggest artists of that decade, including TLC, Sugar Ray, oh my God, my heart, Better Than Ezra, En Vogue, Are You Kidding Me? And more. Your friends will be so jealous while they're at home defrosting chicken and folding laundry. You'll be screaming every word to your favorite 90s hits, reliving high school, feeling incredible, all on a cruise ship. No kids, no bosses, no responsibilities, just you, a drink in hand, and a dance floor with your name on it, reliving at least the time in your life where you had the most energy. Sailing January 25th through the 30th, 2026, from Tampa to Nassau and Key West on Celebrity Constellation. You want life advice? Here it is. Go to the90scruise.com/Iliza. Grab your cabin and use code Iliza for $250 off new reservation. Once it's sold out, it's just you, your couch, and a sad playlist. And I know, because that's usually me. Your friends are going to be so jealous, so grab them, round up your buddies, and get on that cruise. When I was a teenager, I had a checkbook. And I balanced the checkbook, and I had a little debit card and put $20 in, take $20 out, and I learned about money. And the truth is, the world of finances is a lot bigger than that, but it's never too early to start your kids on good money habits. You want your kids to save their money and know the value of a dollar? Well, Acorns Early makes it easy to teach kids healthy money habits that will stick with them for life. Acorns Early makes it easy with their smart debit card and money app that grows kids' money skills as they grow up. Then your kids get to set their own savings goals and start building healthy money habits early. They get a personalized debit card. They can spend what they earn. They can keep what they earn, and it gives them a sense of independence. Plus, with Acorns Early spending limits and real-time spend notifications, parents always stay in control because, let's be honest, I can't have my kid just buying, only Bluey stickers. It's enough. If you're ready to teach your kids the smart way to earn, save, and spend, get your first month on us when you head to acornsearly.com/Iliza or download the Acorns Early app. That's 1 month free when you sign up at acornsearly.com/Iliza. Acorns Early Card is issued by Community Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license by MasterCard International. Free trial for new subscribers only. Subscription fee starting from $5 per month unless canceled. Terms apply at http://acornsearly/early terms.
Okay, we have a follow-up and comments about a question that was surprisingly polarizing isn't the right word, but people didn't like my response, kind of.
Okay.
/ the response at all. So we had someone write in and say an old woman called them a Yankee.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even remember your take. I just remember my take was who cares? It's so toothless. It's so they want the North won. So who cares? It's not offensive. Multiple people wrote in actually, I've been called a Yankee in a cruel way.
Okay. And there's a cruel way to say everything. There's a fun way to say bitch.
I know, but at least 5 people were actually, it is a really mean thing to say to someone. So our question,
no, it's not.
But here's what matters. Our question writer wrote in, I just heard my question again in the shower. And I will tell you, this old lady did not have a jokey tone whatsoever. The conversation ended abruptly. She walked away. I've been called a Yankee before and had it seem like a joke. This time was different. Also, we're from Western Mass, so we don't have the Boston accent. Thanks for your input. I'll continue just laughing it off. So at the end of the day, our question asker is I'm going to laugh it off. Yeah, this lady, I guess, thought she was giving me an insult, but who cares?
But let's say she was. Who cares? You don't know her. You don't know her money. I also think when you're punching up, right? When you are from the winning side, I went into a coffee shop in Romania. I don't know what happened. So this guy starts messing with me, joking. He's heckling me. He did not know who I was. I think he's just the coffee shop owner that just kind of makes fun of people. And he started making fun of me for being American. And because I'm American, I'm not coming from a third world country. I'm not of a minority. Nothing he was saying. At one point he was heckling me so hard. I go, I just want to drink my coffee in peace. He knew I was up for it because I was laughing. And he goes, you're American. You never come in peace. And even though that is mildly offensive to what we stand for, I was that's funny. And I said, and at one point he was he says he goes, why don't you come back tomorrow after you're full from McDonald's? It was, and he was talking about how he was trying to guess what I did. He's you're either here for a movie or you work in the military. I was do you really
kind of both?
no. And I was like, does anything about, he's like, maybe you're an assistant to someone at the embassy. I was like, does anything about me seem professional? Why would you think that?
Did he figure out what you do?
I tagged him later. He saw it, but I was not about to be like, actually, I'm a comedian. But it was so fun. And then he was like, for a moment telling me about, he was like, young people that want socialism. He's like, he was talking about growing up under communism.
Yeah.
And I think I talked about this on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of ranting, but he was like, we didn't have options for detergent. We didn't have lights at night. We didn't have running. Like, we didn't have all these things. And that's what life is like under communist rule. I can't believe, young people want socialism. I'm like, well, young people are idiots.
Young people want to go live on a commune. Like, so.
So we were having it was bobbing and weaving in and out of frank discussions and funny discussions. And he kept talking about America. And I go, do you know what we think about Romanians? And he goes, what? I go, we don't. And so that could be perceived as mean, but he was getting in all these punches. So my point is, it's like a little dog nipping at a big dog. Like the North won. You want to say the South will rise again? That's a weird thing to yell. You want to call me a Yankee? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, was your family even in the country during the Civil War?
Right.
I don't even know. So whatever.
But our question asker is letting it go. So good for them. We have another follow-up. It's a little more prickly. Wonder if you want to get into a follow-up on My Date is Secretly MAGA. Yes? No?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, this is a podcast.
Yeah, well.
For the people.
Okay. So this is the person who was dating the guy who was vegan, respected her, and then
that's right.
It turned out
and we said don't torpedo
Trump.
Everything.
She was basically like, I have to jump him, right? Like trying to get us to tell her.
Right.
So there's a follow-up. Thank you for answering my question. So much happened between when I sent it and you read it. We actually broke up 2 days before the podcast aired.
Okay. Glad we spent time on that.
But hold on. He didn't like my expressed apathy toward a public figure's unexpected passing in an Instagram post. So he immediately dumped me over text, then apparently regretted it a few hours later, suggesting we pursue the relationship because he had strong feelings for me. What a spineless loser. Like, ugh. I agreed with the caveat.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You had apathy and he was upset about that? Like you did nothing and he was upset about it?
I would guess, I'm going to ascribe to this person. It was one of those things like, well, what about those other governors? What about the kids who die every day kind of a thing? I doubt it was hateful, but I'm guessing it was.
She said apathy, and apathy is you don't care, which means.
But she expressed apathy on Instagram.
Yeah, I would be interested to see how you expressed
something.
it. Sure. I mean, people are using this as this like weird linchpin lightning rod. Both sides are deeply wrong.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's fair. But so I think it's gross that he broke up with her and then a few hours later was like, actually, never mind. So
turns out conservatives can be just as petulant as liberals.
She says, I agreed with the caveat that we discuss our politics first so I could understand where he was coming from and his voting choices. Initially, he said politics weren't important to him, that he didn't need to discuss it at all. But I insisted it mattered to me. When we met up the next day, he was agitated and tense, and it came off like he hadn't thought anything through, so he was defensive. For example, he supports the current deportation trends. I asked if he thought immigrant farm workers with no criminal history should be deported. He said, of course not. I asked how he felt about it currently happening, and he said I was changing the subject into something else. Now, remember, this guy's parents are immigrants. His parents are both naturalized Mexican immigrants. He was born in the U.S., but his first language is Spanish. He's culturally Mexican and American, and the youngest of 4 siblings, which feels relevant. I asked him how he felt about his impulsive reaction to my Instagram post and whether he would react that way in the future, and told him it hurt my feelings and made it hard to feel like I can settle in with him. He didn't apologize and said he could react that way again in the future, depending on the day and his mood.
Great. So this is not the guy for you. Let's move on. I don't know why you're hanging on to this random guy.
Well, he continually justified his actions with emotions. I did ask because I felt why, so it's fine. He didn't ask me a single political opinion, so I expressed one, and he angrily said, good luck, stood up, and walked away without asking me anything else. I could have gotten past the politics. Emily's right. He's just dumb, not evil, but I can't get past the disrespect, lack of accountability, and emotional dysregulation, so I ignored the text, not a sex. I ignored the text he sent me that night. We haven't spoken since. Men are so much drama. K.
Men are not drama, actually. This man is reactionary. And again, it's less about the politics and more about his total lack of respect for your feelings and your thoughts. He can feel the way he is. We are all allowed to feel the way that we want to feel. This policing of people's opinions and emotions is so fascist. And I think liberals do it a lot, and now conservatives are doing it a lot. The bigger issue is he at no point was like, how do you feel? What are your values? He didn't respect it. Storming off without even
Good
giving
luck.
any context. Gross.
Gross.
This guy is also...
He has no spine.
And there's no follow through. Like if he could like give you the methodology and be like, I feel this way because of this and this. And actually Trump has deported less people than prior administrations. He just did it publicly. I also feel that this was done sloppily. This, you can't just deport innocent people. Some are legal. Like he didn't have any of that.
No. Yeah.
Again, he is stupid. He's not bad.
And that he's not like, oh yeah, if your post bothers me, it's like, well, why don't you explain why this bothers you and what, not just like, if I'm annoyed, I'll stop talking
Here's
to you.
the truth
It's like,
though. You're making these things are becoming glaring because you had nothing else in common. It's not like this was this amazing relationship. Like, I don't think Noah and I 100% agree politically, but I would never, ever ask him who's on your ballot. I just wouldn't. We have a functioning, healthy relationship. Everything's great. I mean, it's more about like who you're voting for, like locally, but like liberal women tend to be unhappy because you put these things first because you want to help so badly, but you are hurting yourself by making this your end all be all. In this guy's case, he was stupid and you were willing to go to the mat for your values, but I think you would have been okay if he very calmly explained where he was coming from, but he couldn't.
Right. If he was like, this kind of thing is where I draw a line. So, rather than just like, I don't know, I might sometimes flip out. Okay.
We are all allowed to have things that mean a lot to us. And that's where you draw a line. I feel like sometimes though, especially with hyper liberal people, it's like everything is the line. Everything is where you messed up. Everyone's rights. I'm standing for everything. And it's like, take a fucking breath. Not everyone needs you to stand up for them all the time. And also like, just take it easy. Just constantly outraged at everything gets you nowhere. And I will say when push comes to shove, the older we get, when you do come face to face with hatred, you really do start to see where your line is. So good for you. This guy, you had nothing in common with this guy anyway. Move on.
Yeah.
Girls, the lesson is stop fighting so hard for men that are mid. And I've said this from the beginning on this podcast, like there's a guy in my town and I like him. We keep going back and forth. There are 6 trillion people in this world. Like literally go one town over and find someone else. This like holding on to someone who is mediocre. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No.
I've never gotten it. I've never done that. I've never dated someone that was like really shitty and I just like put up with it. Like I've just never done that.
Right.
Have some self-respect.
All right, let's do a confession.
Let's do another question. This podcast is just filled with segments that I don't like.
Okay, let's do another question.
Because you get into the groove of it and then it's like, now it's time for an animal song. My own doing. I was just trying to add some variety.
We've had 1,000. You don't like any segments. You just like answering questions.
Well, that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm good at it. I'm fucking good at it.
Super low stakes question. What is your stance on bridal showers? I recently got engaged and my mom keeps asking me when the bridal shower will be. I honestly can't help but feeling that almost all showers are tacky in a way. It's literally a party you throw so people can buy you shit. The thought of making people attend a bridal shower and then a wedding feels like enough hassle. Everyone will have to travel for the wedding because none of my family lives in the same state, let alone requiring them to purchase me 2 gifts. Don't get me wrong, I want crystal glasses and like monogrammed hand towels as much as an ex-girl, but I can't help feeling like I'm being tacky or asking too much, or maybe I'm struggling with being the center of attention in this way.
If you really don't like being center of attention, that's fine, but I wonder if it's a self-worth issue. You don't have to be a bridezilla about it. I will also say that a bridal shower is something that someone usually throws for you. And your mom keeps asking when it is. Does she want to spearhead this? If, it shouldn't be on you to be like, here's when we're doing it. She should get your input. But if she's the one throwing it, she should be spearheading it. I think you don't want to be in control of that. I also wonder if you have friends who aren't getting married and like you're feeling a little bit embarrassed about it. This is what's done. You can do it your own way. You can say no gifts. You can also opt to like not open them in front of them. but you need to really, really deep down get in touch with why you don't want to do it. I understand not being comfortable. There are certain things, like my baby shower, I made it co-ed. And I was like, this doesn't have to be this weird girl thing where we sit around and play like dumb baby games. At my wedding, I didn't sit up on the chair and get like hoisted up. I thought it would be weird. So I'm just saying, like, get in touch with the real reason. It's not tacky. And there are ways to do it that mitigate how boring it can be for other people. But, you're going to get married. You're going to be the center of attention. So I think you need to get in touch with why you don't want to do it, because that's not clear to me.
I don't know. I think it's just like, I guess if you don't have the kinds of friends or a mom who just plans it, you have to go at like, hey, can you throw a party for me that I don't know that I even care about that much? Like,
but I'm saying, like, if no one else is spearheading it, it does seem like insurmountable and exhausting. So if you don't have, but if you had a best friend who was like, I'm throwing this party for you, I can't wait to do it, would you be okay with it? So are you kind of bothered too that your mom is asking too many questions, or does she just need a date and then she'll do it? Because it is a heavy lift and it does feel tacky for you to do it for yourself, which is why it is tacky, which is why people throw them for others. So, but don't worry about asking for gifts. That's just what's done.
Yeah.
It's not like you had a third kid and you're throwing a baby shower and you need like all brand new gifts.
Right. Because you're going to have a wedding. Yeah. You don't need it. Hi, Liza and Emily. Loved you since freezing hot and so happy to have found your podcast. My question for you is, how do I tell my dad I'm pregnant? Context.
I haven't listened to this podcast.
My dad has been both mother and father to me for most of my life.
So he's trans?
No. I think that would be intersex. My mom died when I was a baby, and my dad has done an awesome job filling in that void. He remarried when I was 11, and I have never gotten along with his wife, aside from maybe the first year. I know everyone thinks the person they don't like is a narcissist, but it's been clear to me since moving out more than a decade ago that she clearly has some sort of imbalance, and narcissism makes sense.
Okay. We've diagnosed it.
Yeah. I love my dad and want to share any wonderful news with him, but I don't want to share it with my stepmother. Anything she hears goes in one ear and out her mouth to anyone who will listen. It's taken us quite a while to get pregnant, and this isn't something I want blasted out. How do I share the joy of this with my dad in a way that I won't regret? Because my stepmother made some snide comment or told my extended family before I was ready to share. Thanks for any advice you can give. I always like to share a podcast with my friends. So congenially, call me Gracie Lou Freebush. P.S. Not a nursing or master's student, but still listen every week. Wow, Iliza, this person does the thing you hope everyone does while podcast.
Drive to work.
Washing my face.
Oh, I love that. I thought you were like on a long haul truck haul. Do you have the relationship with your dad where you could take him out to lunch and be like, I want to tell you something and I want this to be a secret with just us? Or will he tell his wife?
I think she can take him out and tell him and have that moment with just him.
Yeah.
I don't think he will want to keep it from his wife. Now,
I think if you ask him to, he will. I think men are vaults that way. I don't think men are dying to tell secrets in the way that women are. And he's your dad and you asked him.
Yeah.
But if you are afraid he will, then you can do one of two things. You can tell him closer to the date that you might be comfortable with the world knowing. That is a huge betrayal of trust, though. If you tell him and he tells her.
And she tells everyone.
Or you can just wait till you're ready for everyone to know and then tell them together and then she can do with it what she will.
I think
there's no reason you shouldn't trust your dad, though.
Yeah, I think I would err on the side of less caution. I would tell dad, I would have a moment with dad. I would say, can you either not tell your wife, or if you tell her, please ask her not to tell anyone, right? So then it's on dad to monitor her. Now, if she goes and tells your extended relatives, are there any that you really want to tell first? Because I'd say after you tell dad, maybe the next day you can let those people know. But if they're just people that are just going to find out from an general announcement later on, who cares if they find out from her?
Yeah, I mean, it is like it's your special thing, but this is what women do. And we go into our network and we tell people everything. What you are wanting, what you're actually wanting is a moment with your father, sans this woman who you don't really like, to have that special moment. So I think you just take that moment when you want it. And you've given me no indication that this is a man you don't trust. You praised him at the beginning of this. So make sure he's alone. And then what you wanted from this was the moment with him. That's the important thing. So get that moment.
Yeah.
I want to take you out to lunch. I want to hang out with just you. I'll get that.
And he sounds like a great dad, so he's going to be so happy for you. Like, I don't think you don't have to come up with some little clever way. You just tell him, Dad,
and you can straight up And or however you want to do it. You
Yeah.
want to draw him a little card. You want to give him a picture of a sonogram and be like, congratulations, grandpa, whatever.
Yeah.
But I also think as an adult now, and once you become a mom, you start to like sort of regulate how you want your family to be. You are within your rights to say, he must know the way you feel about this woman. Now, sometimes men do go nose blind to their spouses. You are within your rights, and it is okay to say, like, and I just wanted to have this moment with you. I would really appreciate if you don't tell Shirley, because I know that she will tell people, and I'm not ready for that yet because I'm not out of the woods yet. But I wanted you and I to have this.
Yeah.
There's no world where he won't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, like, I don't know if the baby, like, it's about the baby's health and safety and your mental health. This isn't like, I just want to keep it in as long as possible. Like, you just don't know yet. You're probably super early.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Keep the news in. For a second, I thought you meant keep the baby in for as
Keep
long
that
as possible.
baby
Like,
in.
she's holding it in. Like,
13-month-old babe.
Hi, Liza.
13. Sorry, that's from a Stevie Wonder song, but that presupposes that a baby is, I guess I always thought of it as like a baby being born, like not at a year, at 13. You know what? I don't know. I think it's just because it's that very superstitious. And Noah was like, he just yells 13-month-old baby. Because that's the number 13.
Oh my God.
13-month-old baby. So weird.
This is an advertisement from BetterHelp. You need someone to talk to. As fun as our podcast is, I am surprisingly not a licensed mental health care professional. And with everything going on, you're not meant to process all of this. I know that I feel the weight of the world often. Like laying in bed, tears in my eyes, don't think that I can bear the weight of it all. And then I realize I'm not meant to. And if I just talk with someone, I always feel better. And you guys should know that October 10th is World Mental Health Day. And this year, BetterHelp is shining the spotlight on therapists, people who truly make the world a better place. When I was struggling, when I felt low, or when I felt like I just can't synthesize all of the garbage happening, I talked to my therapist. The right therapist can change everything. And BetterHelp has 12 plus years of experience in matching people to the right therapist. Whatever you're going through, there is someone out there who truly understands you. Please don't think you're alone. And please don't think that the problems that you are going through and the burden you are carrying is solely yours. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and they can pair you with a therapist who gets you, and you're off to the races. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. No more waiting in rooms. Well, no more waiting in a room across town, no more traffic, no more schlepping from office to office. You can do this from the comfort of your own home. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. We've arranged a special offer. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Eliza. That's betterhelp.com/Eliza. Well, I wait all year to say this, but fall is here. Kids are back in school. Vacations are over. And it's officially the start of cozy season. And for me, it's officially the start of touring season, which means it's time to slide on some Bombas. You know Bombas. You see me wearing Bombas on stage over my leggings. They are the most comfortable socks, slippers, tees, and underwear out there. They're made from premium materials that actually make sense for this time of year. You want to get cozy, but still be in something breathable, but have your feet feel held. Nothing feels better on an airplane than a pair of Bombas. Think merino wool that keeps you warm when it's chilly, but cool when it's hot. Supima cotton that's softer, stronger, and more breathable than regular cotton, and even rag wool. The thick, durable, classic cozy sock you're going to want all fall. Apple picking, drinking apple cider, even if it's kind of still hot outside and you're going pumpkin shopping in LA, still, we want the look. And it's not just socks. Bombas design slippers that make it hard to leave the house, which is what you want. Another reason to stay home. And with their happiness guarantee, if you're not 100% into what you've got, they will make it right. No risk, all reward. Head over to bombas.com/Eliza and use code Eliza for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Eliza. Code Eliza at checkout.
Hey, Liza and Emily. I'm going to be acting as the wedding coordinator for a family friend's wedding soon. And I'm interested if you guys have tips on managing alcohol consumption within the wedding party.
Why do I get so many wedding questions?
Because that's
I've had one wedding. I've been to 3.
This particular group are big partiers, which is absolutely their choice. Not trying to shame anyone's choices.
We don't think you're shaming anyone. That's okay.
The challenge I'm expecting is that for budget reasons, the bride and groom will be relying on their bridesmaids and groomsmen for the cleanup after the reception. Given the length of the day, makeup artist arrives at 7:30 a.m. and the likelihood that they start drinking and probably smoking early in the day, I'm worried they're not going to stick around long enough or be willing to pitch in when the reception ends. Do you have any idea for how I could keep people respectable while still having a good time? I don't want to come off as a college RA, but I also don't want to clean up an entire reception by myself because all my help got wasted and left early. Any advice would be appreciated. Now, someone else commented and said, and this has not been answered, does the wedding party know the bride and groom are counting on them to clean up after the reception?
That's a great question.
Or is it just implied?
Let's find out. I think it's worth it if everybody chips in $20 to hire a cleaning person.
Yeah.
But let's say that's not within the budget. And let's say they do know it's expected of them. I think you have a team meeting before, right? However it is, 4 groomsmen, 4 bridesmaids. Hey guys, I know we all like to party. If we can all just kind of like, you could be actively cleaning up during, you're not dancing the whole time. You see a cup, throw it away. But the truth is, I just need everybody not to bail at the end. So even if you're wasted, like, by the way, cleaning up when you're drunk is so much fun and it's so much easier.
Right. They put some music on.
I think it's about getting on the same page and being like, I really don't want to be left as the only one doing it. So can you guys help out? And they'll be like, yeah, we got you. You're drunk enough to walk out. You're drunk enough to pick up a piece of paper.
But I really am wondering, you're supposed to keep them sober and from running because you hope they'll help at the end. So it sounds like they haven't agreed.
You got to talk to them about that. But
I
think you need to, everybody's got to pitch in and hire a cleaning person to help out.
Because that's a lot to expect.
It's a lot.
Without asking.
You need to make sure you're on the same page. And that's a great to whomever wrote that in. That's great that you said that because I would assume they were on the same page, but I guess you're right. Maybe they're not.
No. But I do think it's funny. She's like, I don't care if they're like sloppy. I don't care about the money, but I need them to be well enough to do manual labor at the end of the night.
That's right. I mean, drunk cleaning up is so easy.
Yeah.
It's also the things that like people, it's always funny like when people gerrymander what they can and can't do when they're wasted. I'm like, you picked up the phone, you ordered Domino's, you got the app, you can pick up some paper cups. Got the app.
Hey, Emily and Iliza. I have a question I know hasn't been asked, and I need some much needed big sister advice. I had my oldest daughter a decade ago in 2015. I was a teen mom, and it was a very difficult time for me doing it alone. Basically, to make this quick so Emily isn't reading forever, thank you. During a mental breakdown when my baby was 1, I let my mother wash her so I could have some time to breathe. I don't remember.
Watch or wash?
It says wash, but it could be watch because there are some misspellings. I don't remember how, but a whole few weeks lapsed during that period. Drugs were not involved. I was going through a mental episode, and every therapist I've spoken to has said it's from CPTSD or from my BPD/bipolar diagnosis.
And the mom is washing the baby.
I guess washing.
It's the longest bath.
The cleanest baby. All I really remember is getting into a fight with her much younger fiance, which is a whole other story, and agreeing I should remove myself from the house for a while, but didn't have anywhere to go, so baby stays there. It was supposed to be a few days, but the memory lapse thing and time went by. She slowly stopped letting me visit, stopped taking my calls, stopped communicating with me altogether. Now, presently, after years and years of attempting to talk to her or my child, I have saved thousands of ignored calls and almost daily ignored texts. I have gone a decade of no contact to either of them. I want my child in my life, and every lawyer wants money I don't have, and police refuse to step in saying it's something I need to seek legal counsel for. She never filed for custody, and I could theoretically take her, but I feel like that's very traumatic considering she doesn't know me now. I'm very lost and heartbroken, knowing I am a great mother. I have a wonderful family, but will always have a huge hole there, missing my first baby, Tia.
My first baby?
This is her oldest daughter, so she's had children since that I assume are still in her care.
Okay.
This is definitely outside our pay grade. I can say from the kindest place possible, I'm wondering why now?
Yeah.
Why not? It sounds like you have been working on getting your mental health together. There was some sort of break. Why not 2 years? And, she doesn't know you because it's been 10 years. This is very complicated legally, I believe.
That, and I mean, it is and it isn't, because to me, it's like you could say this mom kidnapped the baby, and then the mom will say you were not mentally fit.
Right.
But you have all these other kids. Do you have a partner? Like, I think Emily and I, we almost can't answer this because we are missing so many pieces to this puzzle. You're saying drugs were involved. Okay, that means you're telling me you had such a mental health issue that you have swaths of time that have gone unaccounted for. But in that time, you found the time to raise other children. And probably in doing that, you were so busy. You knew your baby was being taken care of elsewhere. I think to remove this 10-year-old from all that she knows.
Yes.
Might do more harm than good. So it might be about reintroducing yourself. I do think legally you have a right to that child.
I assume there must be free legal resources.
There have to be family services. I would go through maybe one of your kids' schools. I would Google around. There are rights that you do have. I think your instincts are right that you don't want to just come in and freak out that kid.
No.
But we don't, this is above our pay grade, and you do need to, I understand you're saying you don't have the money. There have to be free resources.
There are free resources.
States usually want to keep mothers with their children.
Yes.
Whatever it was that made you say right now needs to be the guiding light that gets you to the next step of finding someone on your side to help you find the next steps that are going to be safe for that kid and for you.
It sounds like you did absolutely right by her and putting her somewhere safe when you lost chunks of time. But now it's a whole new ball game. So you need to consult a lawyer, and you need to do it ASAP. And there are free lawyers, maybe CPS. I would also do some Googling to make sure that you won't be in trouble in any way. I would get together. Your mom could maybe get.
I bet someone at one of your kids'
support.
schools knows.
Yeah, there are resources that I am unaware of, but Patreon, this is on the Patreon. If someone knows resources, chime in the submit your questions thread.
There we go. Someone will know.
But it's I'm sorry, that definitely has not been asked here before.
Because what you don't want to do is like get into a legal thing, and then your mom's like, actually, you were on drugs and you did this dangerous thing, and I'm not comfortable leaving this child with you. And then they're going to be like, well, should you even have these kids? Like, you just want to make sure that you are protecting yourself. We would hate to open up a can of worms.
Yeah. Be careful. Be careful.
Cuidado, Tia.
Hi, Iliza and Emily. I'm your friendly neighborhood nurse with a master's degree, checking in for duty with a very low stakes question. My husband and I bought a new house in December 2024. To do so, we sold our townhome that we had fully renovated top to bottom. We have 2 kids and had started to outgrow the space. I had told him I wanted something turnkey when we moved again, and he agreed, but somehow we ended up in a home that needs a lot of work. We were hoping that a lot of the projects could be staggered as funds are being replenished after such a big purchase. Wouldn't you know it, the first week in the house, the roof leaked. Then we had to get about 20 trees taken down in the backyard as the arborist informed us that it wasn't just the winter. They were dead and leaning precariously close to the house for insurance's liking. Then the water heater needed replacing, and I got rear-ended and the car got totaled. It was a 10-year-old Subaru, so I didn't get much for it.
So I didn't get hurt, but I did meet my new wife.
I was then informed by my husband, therapist, and best friend that I was depriving my kids of a quintessential Jewish childhood by not sending them to sleepaway camp. So I said goodbye to another $10,000 or so for the 2 of them. Whew, now on to the real problem at hand. Our master,
and the weird thing is, we're not even Jewish.
Our master bathroom toilet is leaking, and it's not the wax ring. The flange has been broken for quite some time and leaking water, causing the floor to sag and become so compromised. Oh, Jesus, that the plumber
God, that's going to couldn't with your roof, with the ceiling of the floor beneath it.
Couldn't simply replace the flange without replacing the floor, which means tearing out all the tile.
Is it your wax gasket? Is it your wax gasket?
At that point, we'll need to renovate the whole bathroom because these previous owners really love tile and the floor and walls are covered in the same sad beige 90s tile. The crux of the issue is that I work 3 12-hour night shifts a week, which means I sleep during the day. And wouldn't you know it, most contractors don't like to work from 4 p.m. to midnight. So our choices are hire a crew and pay extra for me to sleep in a hotel on shift days, or do most of the work, I don't mess with plumbing, ourselves in our, quote, off time. My parents say it'll ruin our marriage. Our wallets say it'll be cheaper. And my mind says, I'm tired. Can I have a nap? As someone who also works non-traditional hours, what would you do? No need to cut me anonymous. Thanks, Megan in Maryland.
Your options are do it yourself.
Do it ourselves. Book a hotel so that she can sleep because they work during the day and she works 3 12-hour night shifts.
It's a house. Do you not have another room that you can sleep in?
I wonder.
Why
Can
can't
you
you sleep
not
in another
go
room with
away?
noise-canceling
It sounds like
headphones?
there's a floor that's busted. So is there a second floor? You need headphones, earplugs, let them work during the day. Get through it.
Do your parents live nearby? Yeah, you got to hear. Let them do it. Let them do it. I don't think they're going to work for that long. I don't know what kind of a job that is.
Do not fix water damage yourself.
Yeah. No, because you're going to have to pay extra to have someone else come and fix your mistake. It could be a cheap hotel. It could be a friend's house. Be like, can I go to your house? You're at work
Yes.
during the day. Can I sleep? I know it's weird. It's probably a 4-day job that they're going to do. You're looking at a minuscule amount of time in the grand scheme of things. Get it done. Just get it done. Sleep at the hospital, sleep at a friend's, sleep in your car, sleep in a different room, cheap hotel, like a Courtyard Marriott. I would go with a friend's house. Be like, I know
Yes.
this is so weird. Can I just please come sleep for 8 hours while you're at work?
If you can afford the work to be done by a professional, please don't do this kind of work yourself. If it was just retiling, sure. But when there's water damage under the tiles, no.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, I'm going to read you one and you have to hear it till the end. Don't be offended yet, okay?
Okay.
Hi. Just got home from Eliza's Leisure performance. Ljubljana performance.
It is a wild word, and unless you hear it, you cannot figure it out. Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana. Ljubljana.
First time goer, longtime fan and listener. It was so great to see the performance in person and meet her after. Got to put it out there. There's straight dudes listen to the podcast. I'm one of them. In fact, I'm the one who introduced your comedy to my girlfriend. I bought VIP tickets to your show for her birthday. I had them printed and she found them at home and I sort of had to tell her that's her birthday present. She generally doesn't enjoy stand-up comedy as much as I do, so I want to show her one of Eliza's Netflix specials beforehand to see how awesome it is. She didn't like it.
Okay. Well, maybe you should break up with this person.
Kudos to her for still wanting to go to the live show. She didn't want to hurt my feelings after spent the dough on tickets. Anyway, the live show is a totally different story. I haven't seen her laugh that hard at a comedian in a long time, and I'm happy to report she's now a fan as well. P.S.
But what was so funny, though?
The bit about men and women in the shower is the truest thing ever. I know every time how it's going to go, yet I try every night. Much love from Slovenia, Mike. Now, Eliza, why I did read this is, number one, I do think it's very funny. Number two, I think it's important to point out watching a comedy special on TV and being in person in a live audience are such wildly different experiences.
And they're not always better live. Some
No.
comics, I happen to be better live. I mean, obviously my specials are very
Specials
good.
are great.
But I also don't know what you showed her. Who fucking knows what you showed her?
He brought up an old Excused episode and was like, look.
Weird micro highlight of the trip was our Greek driver, who was wild, was in the car showing me, he's like, I did not know I was picking you up. I saw your stand up the other day and it just so happens I'm picking you up. Pulls up as he is driving in very trafficy Athens, a very old clip of a stand up set from Montreal, watching it while driving.
No. And he's like, it's you.
My tour manager was like, can you keep your eyes on the road? And he was like kind of offended. And I was like, that is so Greek to be like watching a full TV show while you're driving and holding it up.
Yeah.
But I'm alive.
You're alive. And I just think, I mean, look, so if you've seen, I think people also tend to ask when it comes back, when you have a new tour, when you have a new special come out, people are always like, well, is the material different if I go see the tour? Doesn't matter. Go see the tour. Go see it live. It's different. It's a completely different feeling.
0 complaints. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Tell your girlfriend, welcome to the group. She's late.
It's very funny though. Also, sir, like, I'm sorry to tell you, You knew she didn't love comedy and you got her expensive VIP. You got those for you. Those weren't for her. You're lucky it worked out, but those weren't for her.
Our picture was good. You know what? But we hear that a lot. Women that are like, I don't like it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't, it's also, I've been doing this for so long. I had a comment the other day. We posted my It's Fall bit.
Yeah.
And someone's like, this is so played out. I was like, counterpoint, this joke was the original.
Right.
This joke is 10 years old. So I'm sorry you don't know how time works. There is a thing where you've been doing it so long, your jokes are dated because you did them in the first place. Who knows what you showed her? Who knows what kind of taste you got? Thank you for bringing her.
Top of the cob.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob.
Starting with bottom.
My bottom is like a crick in your neck where you wake up, you're like, this kind of hurts, and you kind of keep forgetting you have it, but you realize that you're kind of unhappy all day. And you're yanking your neck. And then like 3 days go by and you're just like, your body feels different, but it's not so bad. It's not like it's sprained and you can't move your neck. It's just like it lives somewhere and you can't quite find the muscle.
Yeah.
But it's only when you call a massage therapist that like it releases before they get there. And you're like, well, I can't cancel it now. That's what I have now. I have like a little stiff crick in my neck.
I've never gotten a massage and I was thinking about buying myself one, but all the reviews are so scary.
Okay, well, we can talk about this offline because you got to get one.
Okay.
You got to get a massage. A good one, not a Swedish massage. Ugh.
Oh, is that when they just kind of poke at you?
I get tense for those things. I get that way too if someone wears like a latex glove for a foot massage, like if you're getting a pedicure.
Yeah.
We want skin on skin. We want full lactic acid being moved. There's toxins in there. There's stress. There's trauma.
Yeah.
Got to get in there.
Okay. My bottom of the cob is I found a ladybug in my house. I was like,
I knew this was going to be about a fucking bug.
A ladybug. And then I went to pick it up to take it outside and it was dead.
It's your bottom?
It was just a carcass. So that was sad.
Got to get you on Hinge. Let me make you a dating profile. I never thought I'd say that. It's like out of a movie. Come on, let's get you laid.
I'm worried about what you'd put in the profile.
The sassy friend in movies is always like, you need some dick. It's always like that friend that's like fully sexually realized at 19. Like, you just need some good dick.
And they set up a profile and it's like, I like to fuck. It's like, and it's just like, why are all these men texting me?
Emily, say it. Say it. I just need some. Say it.
I don't know.
Say it.
I just need some good dick.
Oh!
I knew it would upset you. I knew it would upset you. Okay, a fan bottom. Oh, when your skin looked fine, but you looked at it too closely and started picking at it. Now it definitely doesn't look fine anymore.
You on mushrooms when you did it? You will see the face of the devil if you look in the mirror when you are drunk or on drugs. Do not ever look at your own face.
Oh my God.
Top of the cup.
Top of the cup. Yep.
I'm just going to say it and it's going to upset people, but like such is life. I have been feeling really thin lately. And I post a lot. I mean, look, I watch a lot of people and like fitness stuff and I love that world and you can always be more fit, but like I like it. I like a shirtless workout. I love a garage workout. I love sweating when I work out. I like being fit while I can do it. And this summer was so hot during the movie that I never wanted to eat anything. And in Europe, I kind of just stopped eating sugar. And I'm a sugar bug, but it's just been, once you see what you're capable of looking like, if you just like have some self-control, people don't want to hear that. I mean, yeah, there's genetics, but calories in, calories out. And I've just been like eating less and doing Pilates and eating less sugar. And I almost drink almost never. And I'm loving it. And so the next step is I think I'm going to start taking jujitsu.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go for my first class next week. So we'll report back.
Oh my God. I used to do Taekwondo lessons with my dad. So you could do that with your kids when they're a little older. Do some kind of...
Get them to the ground. We'll see. I may hate it.
Yeah, you might.
But,
that's fun.
That's it. I feel like, the world is getting hotter. It's gross. But the one that I do love about summer is that you do feel healthier.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. I've been wearing shorts for the first time in a long time. I'm like not tan, but I'm not super pale. So I've been walking around like I'm Brazilian. Look at these speckled legs. You can't tell me nothing.
Speckled. My top is I am an AMC A-list member as well as an investor, as in I have like 5 stocks of AMC. It's not a lot, but I'm an investor. So I get special benefits. So I took my mom to Strangers Chapter 2 Saturday and got to roll up, claim a free caramel popcorn, gourmet popcorn, split a root beer. We had a nice day, and I just love rolling to the AMC, and I'm like, oh, where's my $5 reward?
I love it.
I'm a member of this.
You're a high
joint.
roller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Fan top is the first chill in the air after a hot summer, getting out a blanket. Yes. Yes.
You can feel it coming. It's been pretty nice here in LA. I did put out my pumpkin decor. I haven't gone for the full pumpkin shop yet.
Yeah.
But I put out I have transitional, I have fall, I have pre-Halloween, fall, transitional fall to Christmas, Hanukkah, and then holiday. So we're at the beginning of that spectrum right now.
Yes. Somebody in my parents' neighborhood Facebook group was complaining, like, why are Halloween decorations out already? And somebody else was like, avert your eyes then, because I don't have time to do it I have time to do it now.
There's that. There's one house that put them out already. And I was like, it is early, but now I'm like, should I get out my pumpkin arch?
Why not? Let us have some joy. What do you care? What do you care if somebody else's house has a pumpkin?
As we all know, Halloween is the beginning of the Christmas season.
Yeah. So get us in there. I'm waiting till October 1st, then I'll put my Michael Myers out on my stoop.
You're like, and by out, I mean push it out a little bit further than it is all year round.
It's in my closet right now.
Was that who that is? And before we get out of here, season 2 of Iliza's Locals has dropped on Amazon Prime. Comedy, you can watch it. I directed. This is 15 micro specials of a bunch of comics that I really love and respect. We shot it in LA at Los Candiles nightclub, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out if you love me or stand-up comedy. And if you really love me and stand-up comedy, you can come see me on the road. Iliza.com/tour. I am doing the U.S. leg of this tour. I will be on tour all fall. Please come see me, and do not text me to come to your city literally the hour after I've left. Talking to you, Dallas, Texas. We've decided to do 2 shows there, and tickets are filling up, and I'm pumped. Am I coming to your city? Go check it out.